Alright, we back again. So I want to talk about how everything will come together the way it's supposed to if you put in the effort, if it's meant for you, and if you just keep trying. And the way to find out if something is meant for you, honestly, that's something that you could, actually, no, let me take that back. Because there's some people who, they just know what they want. They know what they wanted to do since they was young. I envy those people because it took me a while to figure out what I wanted. And even to this day, I still don't fully know the exact detail, but that's okay. I have a general idea. And a way to find out what is really meant for you is like, you really got to know yourself down to the core, like down to the basics of the basics of how you feel towards things and why they make you feel that way. You got to really break it down. You really got to analyze it. And sometimes sometimes you don't even have to do that. Sometimes you just go on that path, and the path out gets shown in front of you. Like every step of the way gets clearer and clearer the more you keep walking, but only if you take a step forward. It'll be laid out for you in a sense where, okay, you can see the option, you can see the path, but you still got to choose that path and stick on that path word. And that path could stretch out to many different things, but it'll still be under the same general idea of what you want and how you feel towards things and what you want to do in the future. And when you're on that path, like, there's gonna be bumps, you're gonna trip, you might even take a step backwards, you might even turn around, start walking the other way for a little bit, but eventually you might turn back for real. And it's in those moments where that's when each time you turn around, take a step back to go to another path or even walk backwards on that path, but then you eventually turn back around, go back to where you started. Each time you do that, you reaffirm to yourself, like, your conviction gets stronger and stronger each time. So then there's less wiggle room for you to say no to yourself and go back. You get stronger each time. Every obstacle, you get stronger, no matter what it is, as long as you push through it and try your best. Honestly, everything will come together. It will. It may not be so obvious. You might be like, think about it like a tunnel, and there's like a light at the end of it. Right now, your tunnel might be empty as fuck. It might be dark. Can't see shit. But you gotta keep walking, because eventually it will be there. You just gotta believe in yourself and believe in what you want so much, to the point where you try so much that nothing, even if it looks like there's no way out, you still believe you can make a way out. If there's not a way out laid out in front of you, make one. Don't give in, especially if it's something that you like. Well, that kind of goes for a lot of things, but in a way, don't force it. If it's something that you know you like, you love, and it brings you joy every time you pursue it or around it, definitely push it, for sure, push it. But if it's something that you're unsure about, that sometimes make you feel bad, or like when you're in that situation, it feels like your glass is half empty, half full, whoever you are, but then maybe don't force it, because then that's when it's like you're fighting for something that's not really you, and that at times it can be a waste of time, but sometimes you do need that moment, because then you got to learn somehow, some way. Well, I don't really want to call it a waste of time. I don't really like calling things a waste of time, because you can learn anything from anything. You can take a lesson out of anything. So I don't want to really say that, but yeah. And yeah, back to what I was saying, like, it could be dark, but always try. And then eventually there will be that moment where it's like, okay, you put in all this work, you put in all this effort, you still see no results. You might put yourself down. You might not do it deliberately to yourself, but you will feel that way, to the point where it's like you start questioning your values and of who you are as a person. And that's when like things really go left, and that shit can really be tough, because that's you believed you were so much more than this, and evidence, well, not really evidence, but your perception is showing that you're not. And that hurts, honestly. That really hurts, especially when the goal that you want to achieve can do so much good too, for yourself and for other people's. But when it gets to that point, just don't give up. Keep going always, because when you give up, that's when there's no progress. There's nothing. There's nothing. Nothing's going on. If you really want to be in that situation where you did all this work and you stop and now you have nothing, where can you go with nothing? Where can you go? You can have nothing, but if you have nothing, and you can have nothing, but if you believe you're nothing, then not good. Don't do that. That's not good for you. Pick yourself back up. Start walking. Don't matter if you blind and you don't know which way to walk. Find something. Get something going, because something's got to give. Something's got to give. Try every avenue. Eventually, something will stick. Oh, I don't know if that. I hope that doesn't disrupt the audio. Well, let me not be selfish. I hope everything's okay, but also my audio too. I'm gonna let it pass. Alright, back. So yeah, when it does get to that point, remember who you are. Remember the memories that you have, because then you might start thinking about all the bad things that's going on, like oh, I did all this but got nothing out of it, I'm a loser, stuff like that. Don't do that. That negative will never help. Straight positivity only, because that's positivity hurts. Negative hurts, positivity helps. So always do the positive thing. Go back, try to, go back to the memory vault. You got your phone, camera, pictures, any documents you may have wrote, any papers that you may have wrote, anybody you have spoken to that knows about your progress and what you're going through. Go back to that. You have memory of it. Because then that's evidence right there that you can do this. When shit gets tough, don't give up. It will never. When you give up, that's the end of everything. It is. And me personally, I can't. Something's got to give. Something's got to go. One step forward, always. Always try to, in a moment of where everything seems to be falling apart, those are the moments you have to show up. In the days that you don't want to be there, those are the days that you have to show up. You can't give it any room. You can take a break, but a break is only deserved after work. Don't be lazy. Rest, but don't be lazy. Get back to it. Something will give. Everything will come together. And don't put a time label on it too, because not everything goes as planned. And I know that can be hard, you're going through this journey of whatever you're trying to get to, and there's no tracker to let you know how close you are to it. But honestly, a tracker should only serve the purpose as to show okay, you're just this close. It shouldn't get to the point where it pressures you in a way. Especially when you deserve a break. Because when you have a tracker and you're but I'm this close. If you really need that break, take that break. it's like doing a workout, and like you're one set in, and you can keep going, but it's gonna hurt the other ones that's coming up, or you might even do damage to yourself. You might even, my fault, I got a notification. You might even do damage to yourself because you tried so hard to push through it without taking that break, without knowing your limits. Never go over your limit. Whenever you go over your limit, you're on borrowed time for the next time you try to do something. And then that next time you try to do something, you're gonna have less. Your glass is gonna be a little less full, and you can't really put your 100% effort into it. So never push it. Push it, but don't go too far. It's hard to be in the middle, honestly. It really is hard to be in the middle because, like, don't do this, but don't do too much of it. Don't do that, but don't do a little bit of it. It's always hard to be in the middle because then what is that balance? And that's something that you really got to find on your own, because not everybody's the same. Like, some people could go through a 10-hour shift, no problem, while others struggle through an 8-hour shift, same job. But it's just all about it's just how people are. Like, yeah, everybody's different. Like me, I'm not really a marathon kind of guy. I could do a sprint, take a break, like a burst of energy. I'm not like I'm not that person who has that energy constantly flowing. Not me. I'm a burst. And damn, I'm getting lost. I really hope I'm not rambling. I'm not rambling. I'm still trying to get better at this. So sometimes I be talking for a while, but I just reviewed the whole shit. And I'm not rambling. My fault for cutting it out like that. I had a little moment of, I question myself. But that's okay. Because then now, okay, am I right? Am I right or am I wrong? I was wrong as fuck. And yeah. Alright, so my fault for ending it like that. That was kind of had a blank moment. Word. So take care, push, stay safe, believe in yourself. Clearly, I need to take my own advice here and there, but I'm not perfect. I be working on the shit that I be saying too. I'm not the best, but I try. Sometimes I'm not gonna pick the best option 100% of the time, but I'm only human. I'm supposed to make mistakes, as we all are. But every time you make that mistake and you learn from it, that's more fuel for the next time you do right. Word. So take care. Peace.